Hey toy collectors, welcome to another super exciting, outrageous toy review. Today we are taking a look at the G.I. Joe figure Dice. He is a Cobra Ninja and a part of Ninja Force. I recently uploaded a video to this channel that's an overview of the Ninja Force line. I filmed with my buddy Kieran. If you haven't seen that video, I highly recommend you check it out. Dice carries on the tradition of being a Cobra dressed in purple. And he's not a Viper. He's not a Techno Viper or a Televiper. He's a ninja. Dice was one of two bad guys on the original wave of Ninja Force. He and Slice were a duo with great matching names. Dice got less love than Slice for some reason. And maybe it was just something to do with his design, or maybe it just has something to do with the mold. I'm not really sure. Here's Dice carded on a Spanish card. His name is Dado, or Dado. I'm not sure how you pronounce that with the Spanish accent. But the card is definitely different. It's, the text is all changed around and things like that. But the figure seems to be very, very similar. Along with indicating these are international heroes, the top of the package shows off the rest of Ninja Force. Below that is cross-sell for several characters from the main line, as well as the international version of a flag point. And down at the bottom is his hot pink file card. As previously mentioned, Dice is dressed predominantly in purple. He has a lot of black accents and a little bit of silver there. He's a great looking figure, although it is a little bit of a weird design. But I think those weird design choices are what help make him so memorable. These giant knee pads are something that's been etched into my brain about this figure. His mask is definitely a little bit weird, but also, again, kind of intriguing. Because Dice is part of Ninja Force, he has an action feature built into him, which changes his construction a little bit. You can see he does not have a screw hole, and his waist does not swivel like a normal figure's does. It actually twists. And that's kind of the interesting thing. I feel like it also makes his chest a little bit more, like barrel-shaped. It's a little bit more rounded, I guess, to fit in the spring mechanism. So Dice is wearing a black and purple mask. It's got these really interesting ridges to it, the mouthguard area. As we move down the figure, you can see he's got lots of black straps there. He's got some silver grenades and silver shurikens on his chest. And something else over here, but I'm not really sure what those details are. One of his arms has a little extra guard piece here that looks like it has an unpainted shuriken on it. And he's got a Cobra shuriken tattoo. I wonder if Slice has a matching one in red on his arm. The G.I. Joe Street Fighter figures reused a lot of parts from Ninja Force. I would have really liked to have seen them reuse these arms for Ryu and Ken instead of Slice and Storm Shadow's arms. These look fairly accurate, even though there's the upper armband. It's much more accurate to the game than what they used. He's got very plain purple pants below the waist there, and then he's got black boots with some purple bands on them, and those enormous knee pads. When it comes to articulation, Dice can move his head forward and backwards and all around. Basically the same articulation they added in 1985 to these guys. He has standard G.I. Joe arms with shoulder, elbow, and swivel joints there. That is actually something that not quite all of the Ninja Force guys have, because some of them had spring-loaded mechanisms built into their arms. Dice has a power punch feature similar to the Mattel He-Man figures. If you twist him at the waist, he springs back. It's not super exciting, but it's decent, I guess. And I'm sure it had a goofy nickname on the package. The Spanish version of his ninja action is El Dragon Volador. For accessories, Dice came with a silver battle axe. This was repainted several times for other Ninja Force and Street Fighter characters, as well as this bladed staff, which makes me think a little bit of Jinx. Obviously, this is not a retool of hers. It's a little bit different, but she also had a fighting staff. He also came packaged with a black figure stand, which I don't have shown here. He can hold his accessories in either hand, and then, of course, that gives him something to wail on the G.I. Joes with when you activate his Dragon Volador feature. While Slice was repainted and released a second time in Ninja Force, Dice's repaint was renamed as Red Ninja, a character from the comics that looks nothing like the Red Ninja action figure. These figures are identical as far as parts go. Their paint schemes are different. They even share one of the accessories. He's got the same action feature. This Red Ninja actually works a little better. It's got a looser action there. They even have the tattoo, this time in blue. Ninja Force is not my favorite subset of G.I. Joe, but it's also not my least favorite. I've never had a problem with there being ninjas in G.I. Joe. I do think it was odd that they did not include Snake Eyes in Wave 1 of Ninja Force. They created several new characters. I assume that they wanted to save Snake Eyes, hoping this line would be popular and they could release him in Wave 2, which they did. But I can't believe they didn't do Jinx or Quick Kick. I would have loved to have seen new versions of those ninjas as opposed to Dojo and Tabang. There weren't a lot of Cobra bad guys in the ninja realm besides Storm Shadow, and he was a good guy at the time. So I guess creating Slice and Dice was a good idea. I don't think Dice is the best G.I. Joe figure ever released. He's got some goofy colors. He's a ninja, which is goofy for G.I. Joe. But, come on. We all love Snake Eyes. So if you're going to give one ninja a pass, we got to give other ninjas a pass. Dice is got a really great costume. I love the idea of there being more bad guy ninjas because, you know, Snake Eyes needs some guys to mow down. Quick Kick needs somebody to fight. Jinx needs people to fight. So, to me, them adding to the ranks of Cobra Ninjas is great. And so, I think this guy's not too bad. He's actually kind of decent. Actually kind of decent. Oh, what a glowing review, Kevin. Huh. If you enjoyed this review at all, and you want to see a really good G.I. Joe reviewer, you gotta check out Hooded Cobra Commander 788. I just did a cameo on his newest episode on the G.I. Joe Repeater. So make sure you go check out his channel if you haven't. Don't forget to check out my Ninja Force video if you haven't seen that with Kieran. And thanks for watching this super exciting, outrageous toy review. Make sure to like, subscribe, and check out other videos.